The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Elabudde Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m., Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are the Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Tukulikeeyo nnyo mu kuwummulamuko tuyingidde ekitundu kyaffe ekyokubiri program The Mighty Drive olunaku lwa Wednesday ennaku z'omwezi ziri 11 omwaka tuli mu 2024 omwezi tuli mu December yensonga lwaki program yaffe ogirabira ddala nti etuukidde mu budde tuyingira festive season gwe olowooza biki ebireetedde okubanga ate obutabanguko Maka bweyongera mu nnaku zino enkulu kyetugenda okubanga ate tutunuulira afande twagala okutunuulira factors is contributing to the high rates of gender-based violence in this festive season.
Yes, tuli wano mu December, Christmas etuuse. One of the factors, pressure. Waliwo omuntu yatandika mu January ategekera December naye maama alaba tiziwera
Kituufu
katali ku pressure yasuubiza bekyalo tagenda kujja sente taziraba atuuka waka bamugamba baagala mmere atandika kukuba embwa emigeri. Alo sebo, temper tantrum is very dangerous. Avoid pressure. If you can't manage something, leave it. Be contented with what you have.
Yes.
You are not going to have loans all over to go and please the village.
People in the village.
So, your pressure is causing problems. Abachara bamu bagara to go and show off. Munange kweraga atade musajja ku pressure.
Ino musajja omugaga.
Omugaga. Alimu kumuteka ku pressure njagala orugoyi njagala bingato biki omusajja tayina sente.
I also want money zinatwala yewe.
Zinatwala yewe. Aha, nyino kuwaba mama bange both sides. Living outside your means is very dangerous. Okay. Live within your means. Christmas, by the way, okay, I know it is an international celebrated season. There is a way it causes excitement. Naye ngo batosobora. Please don't go extra mile. It is not written anywhere. Christmas you know kurya nyama. Hey, if you don't have money, what will you do? Ngoje chinyebwa rozofa tofa.
Tofa naye nakuluma.
Naye wali wagamba azifu ntabalidde chinyebwa Christmas agenda kufa. In the name of Jesus you will not die. So you must live within your means. Psychologically, physically.
But physically,
one of them is poverty.
Oh, bravo.
Bwavu mporogoma.
Bwotewa nakekulya.
Wetugambira nti abakyala mukole n'amaanyi oba n'abasajja mubeere munakasente kubanga batugamba nti amaziga g'omukyalo omwavu kakulukuta nnyo tegakala kusinga gona alimu akasente
okaaba buli kadde
buli kaseera you cry and your tears are too much but tears of an empowered woman like Izvambeja here when you have your kamane even the mode of crying changes.
Yeah, sure.
When they are crying they don't go bakwara bakwata we bateka connection mpozi gundi yabagamba namarabye wali franka gasumba. So you need to have some money. Omusajja ngoraba mu aganye kubireta muna owulido yagala kanyama kuina kaseke mu.
Yeah.
And by the way, run to have yourselves. What about abateyagala? Abera is competing with himself. Sebo okolerani. Era kurumbe rwo tugenda kuryente ezo sebo. Fe tujja kuchakara baziki.
Ate batamwe.
Demona azonye kama celebrate.
Je walito yagala.
Je walito yagala joje basara. So you must enjoy when you arrive. Nze nchakara. Once in a while.
Nogenda kawo nonyenya ku gali benjole.
Mama ngena ne mukazi wange ku kyenyanja. Bale ebiri. Hey, nutukiriya nutuseka.
Yes.
Hey, once in a while. Genda mukakomede show. Bakusesemu nawe seke Maria chayogera oseke. Alex Manyi wali. Ovayo stress nga zigenze wansi.
Nga nemyaka yongedde.
Mugende ku mukabandi. Bino musajja we. Nobwo tukaye nonywa soda ya 12.
Mbweza zigulira abana nyenja.
12 za kugulira abana. You see, toyinza kwagala omugato noyerabera bekeri. No concentrate ya bekeri je guva. You first met this woman before children came in.
Yes.
So do not over concentrate on children and forget about your spouse.
The woman.
Hey, and by the way, Bible katudeyo Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. Umanyi kyetugamba? You shall abana abo bajja kutuuka emyaka babaveeko shall leave your mother and father and go and start your own. So musigala aba babiri.
Where you started from?
Je mukoma bano baba bagenyi abana bagenyi by the way.
Bajja kubalaba
bajja ne bakyala ne bagenda. Era nsonga lwaki nkubiriza abazadde mufeeko nnyo okubeera n'abaana bamwe mu myaka emito. Do not rush children to boarding school.
Kubanga jibako mukula ne distance.
Bwe bagenda abaana mubaleke bagende mu boarding when they are going for example senior 1. Nawe ejo myaka 7 8 gyobadde naye ng'omuteeka mu ki something. Otherwise ojja kubanga obeera nabo just mu Christmas mu holiday ebiseera ebisinga nga bamala mu ssomero. And when they reach at university, the following, they are now 18 plus. They are now thinking to have their own marriages.
Yes.
Ochiraba. The only time you have is when they are young. And this is where you are still addicted with worldly issues. You are still negligent. You are still jumping around. The best time that you can have for your time, for your family, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. 50 years now you are preparing, half a century. You are preparing for chronic diseases. Endwadde z'obukadde, z'owulira pressure, sukari. Naye abamu batandika kusettlinga 60 years. That is very dangerous. Eh? You wasted time. Natanga gamba munange kanzereyo waka. Naye nga wayonoone ebiseera.
Ngate waka wayonoonayo dda tebakwagala.
Wayonoonayo dda. Nsonga lwaki baraba basinga nga bava mu public offices when they retire, they die first. Because they were absent. Eh? They are strangers. They are strangers in their homes. Eh? You must invest. By the way, it is said, Lillian, the best gift you can give your children is your presence. The best present you can give your children is your presence. Are you present in lives of your children?
Yes.
Do they have time to talk to you and laugh with you?
Do they have memories with
Because you are the first inspiration on earth. When a child is born and say, whom do you want to be? Say, I want to be like my mother. I want to be like my dad. He will be so when you are present in his life. So, Munange, as first heroes of our children, can we maintain the speed so that these children should not forget you? And once we do that, then you see, these children are not objects that you beat here and there, but they are wonderful people who need to nurture them. One of the duties of a parent is to nurture. So another thing, factor, Obutabanguko Maka mu Christmas eno. Omwenge. There are people who will drink
and forget that day.
As if they are crocodiles. Mu Christmas tufuna death by accident because of alcohol.
And enjoyment.
And enjoyment. People are excited. Excitement is very dangerous. They will first drive so fast. Ante bagara kutuka waka nga bukyali. Accident, they knock them out. Ekyokubiri, that alcohol consumption is very dangerous. It causes people fight. Alcohol causes temporal postponement of problems. You think you are solving ntebizibu bimpitirideko kanywe. Onywa musebo naye kumachoja kubanga orusoba arebe kusange bwebiti nga bikutunulira. Ngate byagenze. So omwenge is not a solution. You need to sober up and know that your life, by the way, they say life has no spare parts. Ogenda mu kiseka toyinza kubagamba mumpeyo mutima, mumpeyo liver, eriso. So it is you who is supposed to guard your life jealously. This is where you normally even tell those who humanize left and right men, fellow men. I normally tell them, are you a pornography star?
No.
Until you will finish all these women. You will not finish them. Get one arc of fire, concentrate on it. Funa chimu ofunomu omutekemu ebirungo. After all bona bafanagana. So kyengamba n'omwenge bwe gutyo n'obulamu bwe butyo toyinza kugunywa nugugwayo. Gwatandika as it is as old as mankind. Even Jesus, by the way, he turned water into wine. So omwenge tojja gumarawo. Ogenda gunywa osange ngati ngotandise kulabika bubi. Batugamba mu Bible nti Noah yanywa nayerabira nayeyambura abaana b'endu bamulaba. Ekikoromo kyatandika ebiseera ebyo. So nawe ogenda kunywa omwenge noyeyambura nokolera ebitakoleka weswaza amaaso g'abaana bo mukyala wo Nazarawo.
Your other family.
Your other families. Because of Christmas time. Abarara bagamba Christmas, what is putting domestic violence expectations are very high. Somebody wants to eat well, others they want to spend a lot. Expectations are very high and it causes discord in a family. era abazadde mbakubiriza bannange mugenda mu Christmas naye tumwerabira school fees February Jan February
and early Feb.
And early Feb. So do not tell the master, you will not tell him you say I was up country. Those are your stories. Start to think as you are spending Christmas.
December salary budget was before Christmas.
So
So you go for Christmas and you spend all the money.
The money is there.
Then January becomes like a month of two. Like the month that is divided by
my sisters, what I came to know is that you cannot solve all problem of your clan or your family. Obera waro antefe bakuita fande. Then you want to presume all the problems of your siblings, all problems of your parents, all problems of your clan. You will not solve them.
What
do
they
not
didn't
accept
achieve, you want to achieve even twice.
Ebyale machitawuroza gogenda kubikora. Zongaro I call for micro management of the basic nucleus family. Go and set your own pace. Be a hero of your own family, not the whole entire clan. It is not written anywhere that I should solve the problems of my grandparents. What?
Yeah.
People call you left and right. You forget about your means. Mwana wasenga we akubide. And because toyagala kuswara, then you start
because you want to help.
To help. That is a crime. How do you borrow to go and help? It is very dangerous really. Usanga family ogitade mbuzibu kwecho ngo yagala kupulizinga barara. Era tuina kona abantu naturally omusanga yenga ebweru is a hero. Bamutenda naye waka zero. Oraba mpale just ewaka bakugambe bagala sente zemere ugamba sina sente then owulira mukwano gwa mugamba afande yangulide kilo ya poka really ewaka bali abijanjaro ebwero oguze poka of your friends. You need to go to the nearby church bakusabire olikweji ekikoromo kikuvuga avugira ku mutwe kugambe
mwe mtu kuva amukeka jukire nche na inayo family
amane ngato maliriza ensonga zino
eza factors. So another factor that is causing domestic violence is failure to respect the expectations, especially now normally there is what we call sexually transmitted commercial sex. Commercial sex in family. Omuchara atandise kuteka ko price ngo batompade za mviri no baraka ngo batoguride kitete togenda kurya mva z'abakuru omuchara usanganga buri kintu cyona
njude wafe
we barenyo tosindikide mama sente zange sigenda kuwako
akikozesanga ekyo
kurwanisa kati ekyo kikozinga kituyita sexual violence. And the moment you deny a man sex at home, he will get it outside. There are very many outside who are going to help you. He can even go and buy outside. Then he brings diseases at home. So do not attach money, a price on sex. You left your mother and mother to come in this home to ensure that this man is happy. The sole purpose of marriage is happiness. Happiness starts from the bed. Therefore, do not attach a price. Ba mama banange ezemviri toziteka wali omusajja nga
era bwatazikuwera wa banazikuwera wa bwatazikuwera
ayino kuwa atenda ye namwe abasajja mulekera okulya byabwerere nenya sente abakazi bagala sente mbawe sente muwaka sente asanyuke ebintu
bitanyirire omukazi yagala anyirira ngatomula
waro ababereyo musawu nabogerera abakazi babwe zetube omukazi wange Taina mazi waguze watermelon sebu. Oyino kugura watermelon so ofune biri. So very
take musoboze sana.
Nawo jeyo. Nayo yagala kukora wanu we omumbe jari mukusteka. Ati bintu bya family and child protection munange.
Ensonga tuzikuba
awe nyini wenjagali okubuza afande mchungu.
Mwanyi na.
Are there cultural norms that are contributing to domestic violence?
That is common. Actually, it is going to affect us here. Cultural norms, for example, for us, banyankore bachiga Western Uganda, ntomusajja nga ayogera tamudamu.
That even here in Uganda.
Even in Uganda, that is terrible. That is a poor culture. Even President Museveni bamubuuza oluwa. Lulina araba Obama. You know Obama?
Yes.
Barack Obama.
Yes.
Michelle ngamubuuza, oh darling, how are you? Where are you? Naye gwe musajja kisatu oliye yogamba nti bakubuuza who are you? If they can ask Obama, even the judges, abarwanyi, I would think at some point Janet amubuuza, where are you, my husband? So for you, okay, for me, whom am I? Just a mere police officer that they don't ask me. So you need to overcome the cultural norms. Ebyokugamba nti ndiye yo neba boys. You are a man, what are you doing with boys?
My colleagues.
My colleagues.
Yes.
What if something attacks your family? You need to learn to go home early.
And protect your family.
Protect your
But
family.
once in a while. You hang out with the
Okay,
girls
fine,
and
you
hang
need
out
to
with
be
the boys.
with them. But let them not occupy the first position of your family. Your family first. Your family, relatives, siblings, friends next. After all, by the way, these are your friends according to your net worth. Abantu ichiteke mu Ruganda ekyo. People are your friends.
Okusinzira enzito wayo.
Enzito wayo.
Financially.
Singencha. Oraba zenye n'abakwano bange because of this police uniform. People love me because, and you know, don't think
because
I'm not aware.
It when trouble comes when I'm on the road.
The day they will
I'm going to call
me.
Afande Mucunguzi.
If now government removes this uniform, nobody will host me, not to call me. So that's why I concentrate at home. Because I know my family, my wife, my daughters will not run away from me because I've been there for them. They cannot betray me. But any other person, a friend, or other institution, they will betray you.
Yes.
Even your mother, by the way, she's on your side because of you are bringing something. Singo gana kuleta aja kuchusa agendo wono. Ayagala omulala kubanga then atandike kukubuulira ntubona abaana. Naye yali akwagala nnyo kukyoyina. So be careful. That's why I normally tell people, do not be drunk of power. No buyinza buno. You are not the first one. I'm not the first police officer. Singa semba. Police yatandika 1906. Police is here to go. This is why I know even the day I will retire. On 21st April 2044, I will retire from police. Therefore, the 20 years have remained, that are remaining, I'm intentionally using the police uniform to do better every day. To impact life. Okay. Use these offices to impact life. And you should know the law of boomerang. The law of boomerang says what you do to others, it will come to you 3 times higher in high voltage, either against you as an individual or against your children.
And no one ever wants to see their kids
And nobody
suffering.
wants to see their children. But because when you don't know those things, you think that without you, things don't move. Who tells you?
But Afande, is it that abazadde baffe tebakyakola mulimu gumala okubuulirira?
Yes.
Okutubuulirira
abawala
n'abalenzi.
Yes.
And that is what is contributing to domestic violence?
Parents, absent and toxic parenting.
Toxic parents.
Two of them. Okola chi ng'oba mu maaso g'abaana. Abaana tobagamba tonywa mwenge ate ng'obagambe mundeetere wali akabiya. Baba bakola banga stupid person. You must walk a talk. You don't tell children, do not do this, and then they see you doing it. Psychology tells us that children, when they are 6 months and above, their bodies are always inquisitive. Therefore, never you have sexual intercourse when your children are watching, because it affects them biologically. They are inquisitive. And therefore, what you do before children, they go and practice.
And do it, yes.
Children watch, they copy and paste. They don't follow orders. They are not soldiers. They are not police officers or anywhere. They see what is daddy doing. And that's how they will address you. But if you are there commanding, they keep saying, you see this motivational speaker. Yet you are supposed to be an inspiration parent. Be so intentional in whatever you are doing.
Bagamba mbu tukopye nnyo eby'abazungu ne twerabira the African way of doing things. Mwedde omusajja yakkubanga n'osigalawo n'ofumba. Naye kati olugalula omukono bw'ati oba wano byedda.
Those are bad cultures we are saying. You cannot. Domestic violence or gender-based violence has no justification in a marriage, in a family. If you are there glorifying that for me, I beat my wife, you are backward, you are awkward, you should be in prison. If you want to beat somebody, you go and fight with Gorora. Look for a fellow man. There is a profession called boxing, but not your spouse. I'm imagining somebody you once told that I love you, somebody you came and produced children with, is the same person you are turning into a punching bag. Don't you think there is a problem?
Oyogedde ku nsonga za culture. Nenzijukira nti tulina intermarriages. Nti Omuganda awasizza omunyankole. Ate baba abasajja abaganda culture yaabwe gamu. Mukyalo oyita kunfuka amirira.
Awo wansa.
Sofuka midde kale amavivi n'ogakuba mu buli kimu. Kakati tolowooza nti nekyo kirina engeri gye kireesemu obutabanguko mu maka.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where I normally tell people that issues of marriage are personal choices. Nze ngamba nagenda eri mu Northern Uganda ninfunayo omukyoli wange mundeke n'ekikyoli kyange. You get me?
Yes.
It's me who knows why I loved this person. And therefore give them space. Learn to allow couples wanna be. You are not your neighbor that you have a marking guide. Why do you keep poking in people's relationships?
But also this partner should not enforce their culture
on you. And when you go the other side, it's good you know. Learn their culture. You say, hey, Munange, I should dress like this. You catch up with them for sake of peace. But meanwhile, your spouse should be your first defender. Yeah. They normally say, they will normally tell people that you must be the first defender and the law enforcement officer of your spouse in the public. Rwanira mukazi wo bamusajja wo. Ngambe, then when you reach in private, you ask Munange, nakusanze wali uyumba ne mama. Wade nagambe obade chi.
What happened?
Omukazi ng'omuswaza swaliza oba okay katugambe oba bakazi katuve ku bakazi. When you beshame your spouse, if spouse can be husband or
a wife.
When you beshame them in public, they want to defend themselves. They want to defend themselves. But when you defend, you say munange Lilian wange tasobora kukora bwe tunomuru, then when you reach in the bedroom, she will tell you the truth. And then you go and rectify.
Yes.
So these things of beshaming people is very bad. So culture is causing. You see, this domestic violence is caused by largely three things. Number one, culture practices. These are no social norms. They are society constructed.
Yes.
That a woman is not entitled to say something or what. All people have human rights. That was Mururu. Mururu. Those are very wrong things. Secondly, is the religion. The influence of these pastors on our spouses. They can tell them things that cause problems. Osanga omuntu nga misinterpreting the religion. They say you should be submissive to your husband. But I normally go ahead and I say the same Bible in Ephesians tells us that you should love your wife. You cannot be submissive to me when I'm not loving.
Yes.
So it is a two-way. You love, you be submitted to. But you don't expect to be submitted to when you are hostile. Love bajigaba wojuwa nawe. Oyino kuteka mu. It is a two-way.
Yes.
Then number three factor, money. Money made man run mad. When people get money, they become wild. Oh, money has caused problems. When some people have money, they buy justice. When people have money, they sponsor violence. When people have money, they change even the lifestyle, the movement style. You should fight hard. The same Bible in Proverbs tells us that money in the hands of a fool is a curse. If you have money and it is controlling you, you know you are cursed. After all, we are in a third world country. Uganda is a third world country. Why do you think that you are rich? So do not be misled by this liquid. And money is the visitor. It comes and goes. We have
Anytime it
seen
goes.
families that had money and now they are grazing, they are grassing, they are doing badly. We have seen seasons come and seasons go.
Yeah,
so when the season is on your side, do not be misled. You must have some idle people that you see. We have rich people but who are down to earth. Copy them.
Afande, obutabanguko buno mu maka ogambe buletebwa ensonga 3. But there has been information eweebwa abantu. Emisomo gibaddewo. Abantu bayitiddwa okusomesebwa about family na butabi basobola okuhandolinga misunderstanding ezisinga zizze. But why is it still growing? It's even growing okuva mu biseera biri abantu we baali batalina access to information. Ate kati we balina access to information, it's even growing okusingako kweri enamba.
Humanity and psychology, they tell us that one of the functions of brain is to forget. That's why you see churches, people go there every Sunday. If it was, you would go and so people normally forget. Yeah, you need to keep reminding. Life, when you are living life, it is like salvation. You keep falling and waking up. It's like putting on a cloth. You put it on, it is dirty, you wash it, you come up. So the more they continue to sensitize, then the world has become a digital village.
Yes.
And the technology is causing, there is a crash between the cultures. The Western culture is coming into African culture. Now there comes in Katogo. So things cannot be straight and remain into one direction. And this one also keeps causing problems. So people need to continue to be talked to. This is why even in relationship, the more you effectively communicate, the better. Yes, you say I'm in the studio. Which studio? Yeah. You need to be clear. You say I'm at digital. The people must know where you are.
Yes.
So poor communication breaks everything. That's why even in a relationship, we continue telling people that they should have effective communication. Do you know that most people are in a relationship when they are suffering from what we call marital rape?
Yeah, true.
They are raping them, they are not talking. You should have consent. Successful sexual acts must have consent. Without it, it is marital rape. And how do you achieve that one? Somebody must be speaking. Even when you are having the act, keep asking how are you? How is life? How is Uganda? You are overcoming marital rape. So people must communicate effectively. And when you are doing that, you solve a lot of problems. Effective communication is medicinal and doctrinal. Dagara. Naye ngoba toyogera, then you are causing problems. Issues of transparency.
Yes.
They also affect.
Abatuwuliza katuyingidde mitigating strategies.
Okwewala obutabanguko mu maka ekisooka okwogeraganya bulungi. You tell them this in Uganda. Anybody can talk, but not everybody can communicate.
Buli omu asobola okwogera. Naye si buli muntu nti asobola okukola.
Okwogera bulungi. You cannot communicate.
Akutuusa obubaka.
Waliwo ababeera awo ye nga tabuuza atagala bamubuuzeko. Tebamuquestioninga. Is like a king. Olimba abaana bo balina obuyinza mukaayo okukugamba ko dadi wakoze bwoti naawe wasobezza.
Oyogedde ku buyinza. Omwami alina percentage ki ey'obuyinza mu maka? Abaana n'omukyala.
Mwena mwenkana.
Fena twenkanya obuyinza mu maka.
Obuyinza mu maka ng'oba oyagala mubeere mu ddembe. Togamba nze nyina kinaana awo nalina abiri. I normally call family members as shareholders and stakeholders because they are both consumers and suppliers of authority within a family. So if you go there to put percentages, what if you fail to do it? Kale tuyinza gamba nti oyina kinaana.
Omwami
omwami ayina nsanvu.
Abaana 10.
Enkyana afuna accident. Who will do your percentage?
Omukyala will take up.
You see? Then why did you put percentages? So you need to see how to solve that. and it can help you do much better.
Okay.
Then when we talk about, for example, another mitigating factor, financial discipline is very paramount.
Yeah.
How do you speak about money as a couple, as a family?
Yes.
Mine,
yours,
yours,
yeah.
ours.
Sente zange. Ezizo zaffe.
That is wrong. Ako kasaze mu. Nze mbirivinga. Omuntu ng'akuwasa.
Yes. Yes.
Nja kuwa ebyange, omubiri gwange, obulwadde, ne mubwavu n'omubulamu. Even money should marry. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hey, if the body and soul marry,
to marry.
how about the accounts?
No, ezizo zaffe. Ezange zewaffe.
That is very bad. Your money, your husband's money and your wife's money should be one.
Okay.
Do not cheat from your family. When you get money and send it to somebody when your spouse is not aware, kati mumulaba tumunaba kufumbirwa kamba buliri. Ngoba okwata sente n'ozofulumya omukazi oba musajja nga takitegeddeko oba oli mukuba sente z'ekika. Yes. Kibi ante kiruma nnyo okuba oli eyo mu tawuni omuntu n'agamba mwebale nnyo bannange luli nafuna emitwalo 3 nga tomanyi ng'omukyala nga you are showing that your wife is inferior. It is economic stress. You are not transparent. You take yourself as if you are
You're the
king and omega in a home.
Nina akasente kange njagala okuwaayo oko tata wange mitwalo 2 nasooka kujja ne ngamba omwami wange kakati mbadde njagala kuwaako mzee.
Nze kankubulira engeri kinyuma nnyo oba engeri nkikolamu nze n'omukyala wange. Whenever abo wange bansaba sente nziisa ku simu ye. Ontegedde ante naye ng'aba ayagala kuwabo waabwe ziyite wa yange. N'owulira kata oba okendezeza abafere. Do you know we have abafere who are targeting you? And these are relatives those people who ask you money. Ayinza kujja kwe sente n'azijja ne ku mukyala wo nga tokitegedde. Naye ngeri one of the strategies to manage, you do that and see. Bajagamba naye ono musajja musabye sente ante zaavuddewo omukazi. Awo omubuuliza obadde oyagala sente oba ujeziva. The means does not justify. You wanted the money. And that is one way of showing that you are united. Yes. Then another thing is of how to avoid domestic violence is involving God. The Bible tells us that the family that eats together remains together. Have time to dine together. Waliwo abasajja abavaawo ebyokulira waka. Talya kyamisana waka, talya ekyegulu waka.
Akomawo
saawa nyaze.
Ng'ataakooye.
And he is not a police officer. Nto abadde ku patrol. Maybe is a criminal. Aba avugaawa.
Mbo abamu balindako jamu akakane mu batambule.
Yes, contract egamba omulimu gutandika saawa 2 mpaka saawa 11.
Yes.
So banange mufune obudde mugende musomesa abaana bammwe Bible. It is the best book that you can read and give your child. Mubasomese ebyobuwangwa ebintu. Tell stories to your children. This is how best you can be in their lives. Sibya kubagulira amasumu nibabeera ku cartoon from morning up to evening. Ojja kubasanga nga bakola ebintu bikyamu.
Kati wenyini mwami Mucunguzi njagalira okubuuza. These days we have parents abakola. Usually ojja kulowooza nti muzadde oyo alibadde waka at least by 6. Oku filling up that gap kyatabaddeyo. But emirimu gye bakola janjawulo. There are those who leave work at 8 and there are those who leave work at 10. How is that going to be handled mu kiseera nga kino nti obutabanguko mu maka bweyongedde? Because abazadde bano bakola to make their lives z'abaana baabwe better.
Bwekiri.
Naye ate kati bw'abanga taliiwo omwana n'akimisinga ate nga byonna byakolera abikolera mwana. Kati awo ensonga eyo egenda kwandolingibwa etya?
Ngenda kutandikana n'eyo statement yoyogedde. Byonna byenkolera nkolera mwana. Ekyo kintu kikyamu nnyo ng'oba okuza abaana. Nali DPC w'Ejinja Road awo omuzadde omu yali ayogera nga bw'oyogedde. Omwana yatandika kumugamba nti akolera abaana be nkolera gwe ntoyiringira gwe kera kumacha ku gwe gwe omwana naweze emyaka 3 omanyi omwana yayichukira muzadde we namubuuza when am I taking over what you have been saying okolera nze hey the boy asked when are you dying
and I take over
yeah and I take over and remember you are the one who is saying that era nze kuvorwa abaana bange sebagamba nkolera mwe nkolera byange ne mukyara wange you are tenants naye nja kubayamba kumba sasure school fees nja kubayamba and they know whenever we are there laughing with my wife you hear them saying you know how stubborn my daughters are they say ha urera around ne mukyara we bari mukuseka and it gives me courage say they are not aware ntinkolera bu so do not tell your children that you are working for them. It is your responsibility to look after them. Encourage them to go and work for themselves. Then those who are overworking in quotes and here you nkora one professor, my good friend, asked me a very, very question that up to now I have never got answer. How much is too much?
How much is?
Too much. Nkora from nkora. It will never be too much at the expense of your children. China kugasa chi okukorensi yona at the expense of your soul. There is that quote in the Bible. What shall it help you to gather the whole world at the expense of your soul?
Yes.
Kora ko byokora ko ugende nabyo byo enjoyingemu. Sibya kubera when you are accumulating it will never be too much. Enjoy when you can. Do not over accumulate when you are not enjoying. And the enjoyment is simple. Have time with your children. Let them eat well. Take them out. Some families, they had never taken children out. Yes. Buy them new clothes. You get me? Yes. Look into their eyes and tell them, I trust you. I love you. When did you last tell your children that you love them? They are instead told by eye of boda there, Baba Sange, you know, hey, I love you. Naseka, nachirabanga chintu kinene nyo. Goriye yosema ontori muchikubo ori busy. Ori mu business okora. Ori mu mirimo ya police okora at the expense of your family. You will pay for it. You need to be intentional in these matters. Yes, kora, but at the same time go back home. Have time. Yes. Then try to orient. Oraba bana bayindi emirimo gibakora bagigamba bana babwe bagimanyi.
They work with their kids.
Be free to take your children where you work from. Sanga sebo ngo uri mu police naye nabana bo tubakimanyi to uri mu police oba no mukazu
uniform ojambalira mukuru
ati oyuza ko basanga bakeye baro ababikora. So you need to take through like once in a while when you will get married, get children, bring them here. Say, hey, I work from here. This is, you get me? Now you are the CEO, you are the managing director, you are the worker, accountant of your own business. And that's why they even give you big bills, including your spouses. When you are free with your source of income, even the demands reduce.
Because they
know your income. My wife knows how much I earn. If I get even any extra money, she knows. And therefore, she cannot put me on pressure that Christmas has reached. You have to buy A, B, C, D. I will ask her, should I do armed robbery to please you? Is it well with your soul? So, for you to avoid this domestic violence, you need to be transparent in some issues. And then that's when life can be much better.
Okay. Well, wow. Twogedde ensonga ezireetera domestic violence, twogedde nabutya obuyinza okwewalamu. Naye kye njagala tukooneko ko officer is impact ya domestic violence. Obulabe obuva mu domestic violence abaana abatulugunyiziddwa where do they end up? Waliwo omuntu yangambye nti abaana abava mu families ze tuyita well-to-do families mbwe abasinga bali ebutabike.
Sibye byendi mu kugamba oli eyo obulidde abasinga abava mu well-to-do families bitutwala ebutabika. Ze nabeeranga osi Makerere University wali omwana okugenda Makerere University, majority of them they are from better families. Naye because the parents neglect them. Omwana ng'ajja n'ajja ku poliisi n'agamba afande Mucunguzi nze nyamba enja egenda kunzita ntwali butabika. Era when you reach there you call daddy, you tell daddy come and find me this side. So you need to be, you see, Nelson Mandela, one of the greatest Pan-Africanists, who fought for apartheid, for Africa, for South Africa's independence. When he left the prisons after 27 years, and he was interviewed that what do you regret most? He said, it is very bad to find that I was fighting for my countrymen at the expense of my children. When I came and I found my children were off touch with me, I felt it so deep. So chengamba nti munange ngobere abana nobavaako nobalekera ba yaya nobalekera ba relatives. They pay allegiance to them and it even affects their intellectual capacity. Omwana omulekedde omukozi endowooza y'omukozi olowooza eriki akoma ku katuuni oraba omwana ayogera nga katuuni simply because wamulekedde ki za katuuni. Live, be a role model, be a role model of your children. Do impactful and wonderful things to the lives of your children.
Yes.
So that they will always know that my dad was ABCD, my mother was ABCD. But when you keep there that for you are looking for money, money is not everything. By the way, people poor, the so-called presumed poor, are raising great people. Then the rich, well-to-do, are failing. You are producing few who you are failing to raise.
Because
obwongo buli mu sente nubwerabera ki bwebera abana. Mental illness is very serious.
And it is on the rise.
And it is on the rise. The other day I was talking to one of my good friends in Butabika. He was telling me there are no beds
in Butabika.
Yajjudde bali mu kusaba bongereyo bazimbe Butabika endala
abalwadde beeyongedde.
Abalwadde bw'omutwe bweyongedde because abantu bali mu competition, abantu bagala by'obugaga mangu abantu waliwo obutabanguko waka. There are some couples who don't sleep naturally. They are worried of each other. They are like mbega ayekengera munne. Is that still marriage or what? So munange, domestic violence, gender-based violence is very dangerous. It even affects children. Abana tuba concentrating in class. When you dig deeper why some children perform badly in class, the problem is from home. He's seeing the mother is being tortured. He's seeing a wild animal, a lion in the dad at home. Every time instead of helping abogora. Kati n'abaana ne batuuka ku ssomero ng'osanga nga tebakola bulungi. Bannange bino bintu tubitwala nga bya kusaaga, mweberaba nga bya maanyi, mubiyita bya kikazi. You see for them when you talk about family agamba natunyumiza bya kikazi. Naye bikosa nnyo. Then n'osanga nga wabitaddemu ssente nnyingi nnyo. Kubanga okukomyawo oyo omwana nakyo kikosa. Ogenda kubeeraawo okolera abaana bo n'okola ebizimbe n'okola ssente nnyingi naye ng'oba tolabidde baana sebo bagenda kubitunda. Ante bagenda kubitunda ku half price. Kubanga tebamanyi ssente ziwateekamu. Muzeeyi agenze kizimbe kya biliyoni bajja kukiguza miliyoni 2. Moroka ezo zobagaana bajja kuzivuga with excitement. They don't attach any value. They will drive them badly and cause accidents. So the game story takes me back to my ideology.
Your ideology.
Stable families, developing communities.
Echibuzo, does a funder believe in the idea of getting your salary and giving it to your wife?
You shouldn't give. Knowing does not mean you should take it.
Yes.
Let her know.
Oyina okugenda okwanjulira okumugamba nti funa omusaala gwa bukadde bubiri. So n'amanya nti
zezo zinyina. I believe in that because it reduces. But it does not mean ndozimuwe.
Chikende's expectation is
munanga nze funa obukadde bubiri.
Now what if your wife is extravagant?
You take her for counseling. She should avoid that. Why are you extravagant? You should also be working, by the way. Era kyengamba abasajja ng'oba oyagala kumanaging ono omukyala muleke naye akole. Kati ng'aba akola kikuyambako okumulaba n'omugamba ki expenses zimanagingwa zitya sente zo zirwa. There is nothing written called sente z'ekikazi. Ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies, let me see into your eyes and I remind you, we have Bank of Uganda and its notes are called Bank of Uganda, not Bank of Women Money. Bring that money at home, we share it together because parenting is 50%, 50%. When you use a woman's money to pay school fees, the child will not drop out of school. When you buy a kilo of meat, it does not turn into rice or beans because it is woman's money.
Yes.
Help your spouses. Yes. When you help by a financially constrained and frustrated husband does not perform well even in bed.
Omusajja atayagaliza mukyala we kola y'omuwa magezi ki?
Oyo ayekubendobo. You are scoring against yourself. Two heads are better than one. Why are you? Hey, why are you stopping your wife from working? Yeah? When two are working, yeah, they help better. Naye abamu bari scared arowooza ng'agenda yeeyo bajja kumuba. Even when she's at home, they can steal that woman. So, and trust, you know, the lack of trust. The moment you don't trust somebody, you are finished. Hey, yeah? Even when she's somewhere, they can take her. An adult, you cannot control an adult. Hey, now I can say I've gone to studio here. We can finish just 2 minutes, sir. I've cheated.
Yes.
Will you be aware?
No.
These things are within an individual. And the moment you know that you are not a pornography star, and you know that life has no spare parts, and you know that you want to see the graduation of your children, you want to see your bazukuru, you will not allow the temptation to finish you. You know that the HIV is real.
Yes.
Yeah, it will kill you whether you are a minister, whether you are somebody. As long as you go into multiple relationships, you will die. Others are concentrating on how to raise school fees for their children. For you are concentrating on humanizing. Don't you think there is a big problem? So we need to have specialization of highest order and we do much better.
Okay. Tweyanziza nnyo afande obugambo 2-3 osobola olekera abantu ng'atumaliza show yaffe.
Wonderful. A loving, when we have loving parents, loving intentional parents and citizens, they create a loving, welcoming Uganda, the part of Africa.
That's how it was.
It is, but unfortunately, it's not how it is.
Yeah.
We need all, the moment we are responsible parents at home, we produce a generation that is God-fearing, respectful, and doing well.
Yeah.
East to West is no longer the best home, but it is everything.
Yes.
So you need to go and be intentional back home. Create legacy. Create that EPTA. EPTA is an English word which says that what do you want to be remembered for?
Yeah.
When you do that, you will be successful. Do not be a hero outside when you are a zero at home. Have an impact in the life of your children. Yeah. When we shall know how successful you are by the appearance of your wife and your children. If you are shining in public, the other ones are malnourished, then you are not successful, but someone who is occupying space. Together we can fight gender-based violence.
Yeah, together we can.
The other toll-free numbers of Poliisi, in case they are beating you.
At night.
You can call. We have a South number. South number is run by Ministry of Gender and Social Development.
Okay.
It is 116. You can call 116 if you are suffering gender-based violence. They help you. Then police, we have 0800 199 195. I repeat, 0800 199 195.
Okay.
Then men who are suffering domestic violence, you are there being tortured by your wife in support with children and family against you. Kindly call me on 0701 400 668. Sons of Pharaoh need defense. A boy child also matters. We need men to be protected.
Your last call to the police during this festive season?
During this festive season, I call upon police. We have already got the order from the Inspector General of Police. No going home. We must be present to protect life and property, because most Ugandans will go up country and it is our duty to protect their properties. Then let us not be victims or suspects of gender-based violence. You know, it doesn't know who is who. Let us avoid gender-based violence, violence in our homes. We are police officers, but we have homes. Let us go and love our families, our wives, our children. We tell our children that we love them, and we equally continue being patriots. We must love our country. If I'm not a police officer, then what am I? Blessed are the peacekeepers. Let us be proud of our jobs. I'm proud of being a police officer of Uganda, because I know I will inherit the kingdom of God by me being a police officer.
Wow.
That is my idea.
Okay, ngatumaliriza. Afande, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? You are not in this uniform. Kadde kakedembe. Akadde
kange kedembe nze njagala okucakala. Ngenda out n'omukazi wange. Bandi munange nutuzina nutuyimba. These are asset things. Ebyesi tibikumamaza. Usanga yoze nga nkuba muziki. I have even a guitar at home. I play it with my wife. Then we mime songs. Then our children get us videos. Then we do seek and hide. We tickle each other. And there is warmth at home. It makes me happy as if I'm a minister in this republic. Abambeja. Nsibule bannange mbagaliza Christmas enungi mbagaliza omwaka omupya ntumira abaana bange Professor Gwene General Kanzara Kishe Jada Kerine and my dear wife, because they are watching. You know that you are king. You know, I'm seated today near the Bambeja, so I'm a king. And my wife calls me king, although I don't have a kingdom. So
you created your kingdom.
Ugandans, I wish you a Merry Christmas from the Department of Child and Family Protection. We encourage you to use those numbers we gave you. Together, we shall fight gender-based violence.
Thank you so much. Twagala okwebaza IGP okubanga ate okkiriza abakulu bano ne batulako mu studios zaffe ne basobola okubanga ate boogerako eri bannaUganda ne bataasa obulamu. Omanyi munnaUganda abamu bayinza okubanga baliyo nga balowooza poliisi erina kukola giri emirimu emirala naye nga ate waliwo ne gino gye bakola nga bannaUganda tebamanyi. So we thank you so much okubanga ate you grant them ate akakiso akabasobozesa okubanga balabikako mu studios zaffe. Njagala okwebaza mmwe mwenna abatambudde naffe okuva wali we tutandikidde ate paka wano etugenda owunzikira show yaffe. Mbadde balabi balungi nnyo, mwebale commentinga, mwebale kusharinga, ate katusuubire nti mujjeemu ekyokuyiga. Comment we tuba tetugisomye, unfortunately bubadde budde, naye nga tukwebaza nnyo era twagala okutegeeza nti you are really important ku show zaffe z'oba ate olabye naffe. Njagala okubasiibulira gano okubaagaliza olunaku olungi munnaye temunywa ne muvuga. Tuli mu festive season, buli omu yeerabirire, be your own keeper, teri yagenda kukolabirira. Mbere bulungi, mweraba.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.